Hi, boys and girls. It's Miss Kelly, and we are back. Today, we will be reading in our History Alive textbook. We will be reading on page 31, Native Americans of the California Intermountain region. So if you do not have your textbook, you can please get that now, and you can follow along while I read. Okay, up here there's a picture, and it says, the ocean provided many resources for Native Americans living in the California Intermountain region. What ocean do you think that is? Think about our geography, chapter 1, and the oceans. It is the Pacific Ocean, right? That is the ocean that borders California. Okay. The California Intermountain Cultural Region extended from the Pacific coast of California inland over the Sierra Nevada mountains and into the Great Basin. This region contained a wide variety of environments. For example, the Great Basin was a desert. Because of the extreme heat and cold and little rainfall, it held few plants and animals. Native Americans who lived here were nomadic, moving on after using up available food such as rabbits, ants, and berries. The Shoshone and Paiute and many other tribes made this area their home. Unlike the Great Basin, California had many different landscapes and a mild climate that provided plentiful resources. Huge redwood trees covered the coastal mountains. Oak trees, grasses, and berries grew inland. The land was rich with deer, rabbits, and birds. Streams were filled with fish and clams, and other shellfish lay along the seashore. Among the many tribes who lived here were the Miwok and Pomo. Along the California coast and a little inland lived the California Pomo. Coastal Pomos used the giant redwood trees that grew in the area to build their homes. They piled long strips of redwood bark against a center pole to make a house that looked like an inverted ice cream cone. The sea provided resources from which the Pomo created jewelry. Artisans used clamshells to make necklaces. They broke the shells into pieces, shaped the pieces into beads, and strung them on cords. The Pomo used the natural materials around them to create practical and artistic crafts. For instance, to hold food, they wove beautiful baskets from the native grasses. They decorated the baskets with shells, beads, and feathers. So let's take a closer look at the California Intermountain region, which is located over here. You might recognize present-day California is on this side here, and then inland would be Nevada. Tribes included the Miwok, Pomo, Chumash, and Shoshone. Here are some of the various environments in this region. Remember, they said that they had every environment from mountains to the seashore, right? They had mountains on the one side, and then on the California side, on the Pacific Ocean, would be what would be here along the coast. Here are some pictures of some clothing and jewelry that would have been found in the California Intermountain region, worn by the Native American tribes there. Here are some of those baskets they mentioned, and the baskets would have been made out of grasses or things that they would find in nature. They're not going to the store and buying string, right? They're making this from things that they can find in nature. And now we're going to listen to a Native American story. This is called The Turtle Story, a Native American account of earthquakes. And remember, thousands of years ago, Native Americans and people all around the world would tell stories to explain why things in nature happened. So this was a story that was told to explain why earthquakes happened or what caused earthquakes, okay? So I'm going to play that for you now. And this story comes from the California Intermountain region.
Miu, friends! My name is Miss Jackie, and I'm from a California tribe called the Akashima Nation, the Wanenyo Band of Mission Indians. And I'm here to tell you a very important story, a story that gives you a little bit of insight to our legends, because we know that earthquakes scare little children, but we want you to know our legends, so it might help a little bit ease that fear. And in a moment, when I tell the story, I want you to remember 3 words that will keep you safe, because there will be a great shakeout, and we want you to be ready. And the 3 words are drop, cover, and hold on. And in my language, we say, ama, kota, ya. Come, listen to the story. I think you'll really enjoy it. A long time ago, there was just Earth. It was just Earth with a lot of water. There was no people, just the Earth with water swirling. There were creatures inside, but no land. And Creator, as he came from a high place, looked down and he said, there must be land to my wood. But how? How can I put some land on water? And just as he was thinking, a big tortoise came to the top of the water. And he looked and he says, that is what I'm going to use. Creator looked at that turtle and he said, brother, turtle, Baal, you have a great opportunity to do something wonderful for Tamayawut. And the turtle looked at him and he said, what can I do? We want to use the top of your turtle shell for the basis of land. But I need more than just you, little turtle. I need your brothers. And Turtle went back, and he went and looked for all his brothers. It took a whole day for him to find one brother, and it took him another day to get another brother. And he searched all over the earth until he came up with his 6 brothers, and they stood before Creator and looked at him and said, yes, Creator, what is it that you shall have us do? I am going to form land, which we shall call Tamayawut, and later it will be called California. Now, tail to head, head to tail, and come on, right now, put yourselves together. You go this way, a little bit that way, this way. Okay, perfect. That is perfect. Then he reached down in the depths of the ocean, and he brought up some soil, and he planted it right on the backs of the turtle. And he reached up into the heavens, and he brought down a piece of straw, and he made holes right in the soil. And as the soil received the stick, soon big, huge redwoods grew. They were tall, this tall. And he looked at it and he said, this is good. And then he got his fingerprints and he pushed. And wherever he put a fingerprint, there were lakes. And then he took his fingers and he drew lines through it, and there were rivers. And he liked what he had seen. This is good, he said. But then something happened, and it wasn't good. The turtles, their backs got heavy. And they didn't like being the bottom of the earth anymore. They were kind of tired. And the 2 top turtles said, I'm going east. And the bottom brother says, I'm going west. Come with us. No, I don't want to go your way. I want to go this way. And the brother says, I'm going to go that way. And pretty soon they swam in separate directions. And before you know it, boom, there was a tremble. It was the first earthquake that was ever heard. Creator heard what was going on, and he came down and he said, Brother Turtles, what are you doing? I told you you must be still. This is a great honor. You have to agree to be still or we won't have land. The turtles agreed. They thought about it. And they said, yes, it is an honor. And they agreed that they would be still for the formation of California. But every now and then, they get a little tired and they move just a little bit. And you feel that tremor, don't you? So what you're going to do is drop, cover, and hold on. And in my language, in our language, we say it this way. Ama, ama, kota, kota, ya, ya. And that will keep you safe. And that will keep your family safe. And you don't have to be afraid during the times that California has earthquakes.
Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that story. And now what you're going to do is you're going to go into your chapter 3 packet and you are going to complete the page that goes along with section 3.3, Native Americans of the California Intermountain region, and also the other pages that have to do with the California Intermountain region. Okay? All right, guys, I will see you next time.